So guys, the crypto markets have been pumping in the last 24 hours. Right now we are having some key events happening this week, but everyone is talking about if altcoin season is going to be happening already based off of the price action with Ethereum, pretty much some outperformance that we've been seeing and specific zones that we're hitting for the altcoin market, which I want to walk you guys through, as well as the best sectors to be looking for altcoins to make some crazy gains. But if you're new to my channel, go and check out the rest of my content. I keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events, price action on Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and exactly what you need to be aware of, guys. And like how I said, everyone right now is talking about altcoin season, specific zones that we've seen in previous cycles, and exactly how we could already be seeing liquidity shift into altcoins. I honestly think we need a little bit more time, but I want to walk you guys through the price action, the perspectives that are calling for altcoin season, and exactly the sectors that you need to be focused on. So with all that being said, guys, let's jump straight into it. So guys, like how I said, the crypto markets in the last 24 hours have been pumping. Bitcoin's currently sitting at around 110,000. It is the end of the day, so right now we're starting to see a little bit of deviations, just pretty much with everyone slowly seeing a little bit of gains, take a little bit off the table. Right now, Ethereum also hit that 2,800 region, which is causing altcoins to rally quite significantly today. A lot of people are starting to see a lot of outperformance, but this is where we need to be keeping up with the price action, news events, and how we're going to be closing out the week. In terms of altcoins, guys, practically just following the price action around Ethereum. It is the end of the day, so right now we are starting to see a little bit of capitulation, but overall green in the markets, which is great to see. Bitcoin dominance is crashing down. I'll point to the fact that a lot of investors are starting to reallocate to Ethereum and altcoins, but that's just pretty much what's going on. I'm sure Bitcoin dominance is going to reclaim that 65% zone much sooner than later, and especially running into that 66% zone as well. USDT dominance though is crashing down quite significantly, showing that everyone is getting out of stables, slowly running their money back into Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, etc., guys. And that's why I run you guys through these charts with Bitcoin, Ethereum, the total 3 chart, and then Bitcoin dominance and USDT to show you how liquidity is shifting. Now, what is everyone saying about altcoins? Everyone is saying that altcoin season is already about to start based off of specific zones that we are hitting and exactly what we've seen in previous cycles. Now, at the end of the day, guys, I think we're going to be seeing, Bitcoin rally much more higher before we start to see liquidity completely shift into altcoins. But at the end of the day, I don't truly know, and no one else truly knows either. Everyone's just guesstimating based off of previous cycles and what we're currently seeing right now. And that's actually what I want to walk you guys through, all the different perspectives based off of different zones with Fibonacci sequences and a lot of other different stuff. So the altcoin market, guys, Crypto Intelligence X talks about exactly a specific zone we're at and what we need to be holding, and hopefully we got our fingers crossed that we do. He says the altcoin market held the key high time frame support level of 234 billion, consistent with the 0.786 Fibonacci retracement. And that's all these lines, guys, just pretty much showing you guys specific zones based off of specific moving averages, a lot of different stuff, analytical stuff. He says today the index tries to push above the 1-day estimated moving average 200 again. Fingers crossed that it can close and hold above. And the reason for that, guys, is to show the strength and overall the support that we're seeing, and then from there flipping that resistance into support, then shooting potentially even higher. But this is where we need to start keeping up with these specific zones and the news events that are having an effect. And yesterday, guys, I made a full crypto market update on exactly what is going on. So if you didn't watch that video, go watch that video. But Crypto Missionel talks about exactly a strong signal that we saw today with Ethereum and Bitcoin. And I want to walk you guys through that and exactly what it kind of means. He says it's a strong signal today, Ethereum outperforming Bitcoin, which triggered the entire ecosystem of Ethereum to significantly outperform the rest. Double-digit returns on DeFi protocols. The bull market on altcoins is brewing, and this is so true, guys. Usually once we start to see ETH outperform Bitcoin, that's whenever we can start to see altcoins get the liquidity that they need, because we start to see a flip in price action. But I think just because we see a strong signal today doesn't mean that everything is just going to flip. We could be seeing a little bit of a rally, and then from there we start to see Bitcoin squeeze out the liquidity again from Ethereum and altcoins. But right now Crypto Missionel feels quite bullish, but I'm more leaning towards Crypto Intelligence X and pretty much keeping up with specific zones and holding that price action. Now, update on exactly price action with gold and how it has a correlation with altcoins. We talked about this in multiple videos, guys, and I want to walk through this again. In terms of pretty much what we saw at the start of the week, it did test the resistance zone and failed to break through, which is showing that the gold price is slowly breaking back down, which is a sign, guys. First sign on altcoins, which is why he says that they started to rally massively once we started to see a capitulation in that. Monitoring this chart in the upcoming week as we're facing a pivotal moment, not pivotable, pivotal moment, which is super key, guys. If the price action on this keeps on breaking down, more than likely we're going to be seeing liquidity shift back into risk assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and altcoins. Now, breaking through the 3,365 zone, and we'll probably run towards a new all-time high, altcoins to fully correct. So this is if, you know, the price action goes back and returns, but at the end of the day, we have two different sides of the scenario. Breaking south on the price of gold, altcoins to continue showing double-digit returns if we see that deviation with the price action. Remember, once the altcoins start to run, they usually tend to start a massive run. And right now, they're starting to run, which is why people like Crypto Mitch and now are super bullish, calling for altcoin season already. And this is why we need to keep up with charts like this. Closing out the week is really going to let us know, guys, how everything is looking, especially with all that data from the Fed. Now, Justin Bennett gave us a good perspective around Bitcoin and potentially where we could be heading in the next couple of days, potentially in the next week or so. He says Bitcoin is a stone's throw away from 112K, the all-time high. The ideal scenario for me is to see a push into that liquidity. From there, it's a matter of watching for acceptance above for the breakout or a failed break to get short. Keep it simple. So practically, guys, based off of what we're currently seeing, we're testing this resistance zone, but we think we're going to be breaking above into that 112,000 region. From there, we're going to be seeing if we're going to see acceptance with that price action, and then from there rip up even higher, or potentially see a failed breakout and then potentially get short, and we're going to be seeing deviations happen. If that happens, guys, altcoins are also going to fall significantly. So this is where you need to be aware of, you know, what is potentially going to be happening. We even see a few comments down here saying let's get short, and it's hilarious just pretty much because some people believe that we should be going short as opposed to getting super long. But at the end of the day, only day-to-day price action and key macroeconomic events are going to let us know. But the best altcoins to be looking at right now, guys, is the meme sector and the AI sector. AI coins are rallying super freaking hard right now. I think they're seeing a little bit of delay, especially the coins with a smaller market cap. A lot of the coins that I'm invested in are, you know, seeing a little bit of green in the markets, but still have a lot of room to grow. And this is where you need to be looking into the right assets. And I want you to be looking at meme coins and AI coins. But swiping everything to the side, guys, the crypto markets are pumping quite significantly right now. People are calling for altcoin season, but based off of the price action with Ethereum and Bitcoin, I'm sure we're going to be seeing, you know, a lot of pumping up. But then I'm sure we're going to be seeing a few liquidations based off of, you know, buy the rumor, sell the news events, and whenever we reach all-time highs, especially if we start to see a lot of green in the market. This is where you need to determine exactly how you want to position yourself. If we start to see that green, do you want to take some profits off the table? Do you want to, you know, reallocate right now so that if we see green, you can make some decent gains? And if you see gains, do you plan on not selling because you see more in the horizon? This is where you need to be keeping up with the day-to-day price action when the peak of the market is going to be called, and I'm going to let you guys know all that info. But if you're new to my channel, check out the rest of my content. I keep you guys updated on the day-to-day events, price action around Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins, how liquidity is shifting, and exactly what you need to be aware of. I recently dropped a full crypto market update for June, guys, with the news events that are happening this week and overall what you need to be aware of. So go watch that video and stay up to date with all the info, guys. I dropped more videos talking about specific altcoins you need to be buying, as well as mistakes that crypto investors make. So watch all those videos. Let me know if you guys have any questions, suggestions. Drop them down in the comment section, and hopefully I have some time to get to you guys. I'm super busy right now, so I'm juggling multiple different plates, but it's getting super serious for altcoins. You need to make sure you're not capitulating your bag. You're keeping up to date with the price action, the news events, and overall just getting ahead of everyone else. But on this channel, that's what we do, so stay tuned, and hopefully I catch you guys in the next one. Peace.